I can almost guarantee that at some point in your life, you've been surprised by an unexpected hiccup, a seemingly uncontrollable and often hilarious, squeaky interruption to your speech. Hiccups. They're funny. Until they're not. But why do they happen? What is the science behind this strange phenomenon? Well, settle in, because today on Why Facts, we're diving deep into the quirky, mysterious, and downright fascinating world of hiccups. Let's start with a simple description. A hiccup, clinically known as syngultus, involves an involuntary contraction of your diaphragm. Hold on a second. What's the diaphragm, you ask? It's a sheet of muscle that sits between your chest cavity and abdomen. Its primary job? Helping you breathe. When this muscle unexpectedly spasms, the result is a sudden rush of air into your lungs. This then causes your vocal cords to snap shut quickly, which is what makes that characteristic hic sound. Pretty wild, right? But here's the real question. Why does your diaphragm spasm in the first place? To answer that, we have to trace back through a mix of biology, evolution, and even a touch of neuroscience. It turns out that there isn't one singular reason why you get hiccups. There are multiple triggers. Your diaphragm might spasm after you eat too quickly, drink carbonated beverages, consume spicy food, or even laugh too much. And let's not forget about stress or excitement. Basically, hiccups can be triggered by anything that irritates the nerves connecting your brain to your diaphragm. The main culprits here are the phrenic and vagus nerves. These two nerve pathways are responsible for the signals between your brain and diaphragm. Picture this. You gobble down some food in record time. This sends a frenzy of signals to your stomach, overwhelming the areas near these nerves. And just like that, a hiccup happens. It's your body's way of asking, politely of course, for you to slow down. But wait, there's more. Evolution might also play a role in why we still hiccup. Scientists have proposed that hiccups are remnants of a very ancient reflex. Millions of years ago, early amphibians needed a way to close their gills when they were submerged in water. Hiccups could have been an evolutionary leftover, something similar to a button on a 90s cell phone that we just don't use anymore. Crazy, huh? This evolutionary explanation, though still debated, paints a curious picture of how our body carries ancient histories within every little quirk. Now, let's shift gears. Did you know that hiccups are more than just common annoyances? They're actually fascinating subjects for doctors studying diseases and conditions related to the nervous and muscular systems. For most of us, hiccups go away on their own after a few minutes. But in rare cases, hiccups can last for days, months, or even years. This is called chronic hiccups, and it might sound funny to talk about, but living with them is no joke. The world record for the longest hiccup attack is held by Charles Osborne, who hiccuped non-stop for, get this, 68 years. His condition was so rare that experts studied him intensely, and they found connections between chronic hiccups and issues like tumors, strokes, or nerve damage. So the next time you hiccup, be grateful it's not part of a 68-year ordeal. Now let's try to deconstruct how people have tried to cure hiccups for centuries. You've probably heard of some of these wild remedies: holding your breath, drinking water upside down, getting scared out of your wits, or even swallowing a spoonful of sugar. But do any of these work? Well, surprisingly, yes, for some people at least. The idea behind most of these remedies is to disrupt or reset the nerve signals causing the hiccup. Holding your breath, for instance, increases the level of carbon dioxide in your blood, which can sometimes make your diaphragm calm down. Drinking water? It distracts those nerves. A sudden scare? That activates your body's fight or flight system, essentially overriding the hiccup signal. While none of these methods are guaranteed scientifically, they often work anecdotally. And let's face it, they're usually worth a try, especially if you're dealing with a particularly embarrassing hiccup situation, perhaps during a work presentation or a first date. Oh, but before we move on, Here's something absolutely adorable. Did you know even babies get hiccups? In fact, fetuses can hiccup while still in the womb. Medical experts think this pre-birth hiccuping serves a developmental role, helping infants practice for their future breathing pattern. Isn't that fascinating? Just imagine a tiny, unborn human figuring out the mechanics of life with the help of some little hiccups. What a thought, right? And don't even get me started on pets. Yes, animals can hiccup too. From kittens to puppies, the sight of a tiny creature letting out the smallest, softest hiccup might just melt your heart. But, just like humans, their hiccups usually vanish quickly and harmlessly. So, quick recap. Hiccups are caused by involuntary contractions of your diaphragm. They can be triggered by everything from swallowing air too quickly to medical conditions, and they might be an evolutionary hiccup, or pun intended, that's stuck with us. They can happen in humans, animals, and even before birth. While they're mostly harmless and temporary, research into chronic hiccups has helped provide insight into our nervous system. Why is this all so important to know? Well, hiccups are more than just an annoying interruption at dinner. They reveal so much about the quirks and intricacies of our magnificent human body. And while it's no big deal to hiccup for a few minutes, understanding the mysterious workings of these little spasms can help scientists solve bigger challenges related to the nervous and respiratory systems. Pretty impressive for something we all experience but rarely think about, huh? So next time you hiccup, don't get mad and try not to complain. Instead, marvel at the fact that you're experiencing a biomechanic quirk with centuries of history behind it. And who knows? Maybe the next time someone asks you, "Why do we hiccup?" you'll impress them with your newfound hiccup expertise. Thanks for watching this episode of Why Facts. If you enjoyed unraveling this peculiar mystery with us, don't forget to like and subscribe for more mind-blowing whys. See you next time for another deep dive into the captivating quirks of the world around us. And as always, keep asking why.